Lovely viewers, you're welcome to another great segment of generational changes. I am really exhilarate today because you, my audience, you are blessed and I am also blessed. So we thank God for that. I don't want to rush and I don't want to go slow. I have with me here this great, talented, young, let me end it all here. He will introduce himself to us. I have with me here another great young man to share his life story and to inspire us. So come with me as I introduce to you Kwaku Agyei Yeboah. You can call him KT. Hey, KT, tell us something about yourself. Who is KT?
Okay, KT is a young man. I'm Kwaku Yeboah, alright, and a lot of people know me as KT. I'm a worship leader, and then I'm a leader of a group, KT and the New Generation, which is a group I started here in Sunyani. I worship at Alien City. I schooled at Temple College for SHLE, and then I went to University of Energy and Natural Resources here in Sunyani. And I studied electrical engineering, but then I'm not practicing. Yeah, I'm not practicing as an engineer. I gave it all up to focus on ministry. Yeah. What can I say? I enjoy playing the guitar. I enjoy reading a lot. You understand? Yeah, I enjoy reading a lot. My ministry is not just on music, so I like to explore and then learn, pray. I believe in a new generation or a movement that is about happening the world over, especially around music. So it's all about catching the wave and then moving with it. So that's what I can say about myself for now. Yeah.
Okay, KT, let's come to your music. KT is music. When we say music,
Yeah. Sure.
What from your story?
Okay.
You were a little bit notorious.
Huh?
I wouldn't even say a little bit. You were a very notorious guy.
Yeah.
You weren't a Christian.
No.
So what inspired you? What happened that you decided to get into music?
Okay, so let me just start from where I was a notorious guy. My life has been in different phases. My dad, I grew up living with my dad. He came into the country very rich, had an accident, things got very bad. So we had to move back to my mom's place, and then I grew up at Area 1, understand? So if you know Sunyani very well, Area 1 is not a very cool place. And so with all the kids, we were exposed to so many things around the place, and that was what happened. We took all those things up. I used to go a bit into scamming, clubbing, plenty things. Fast forward, I was asthmatic. Alright, I was asthmatic, and then I didn't love music. I remember my dad went abroad when I was in JHS2 or something, and then he bought a guitar. He bought a guitar for me, and my mom was like, no, she wouldn't let me play, so she kept it. But then after I think somewhere in my latter stages in SHS, I came for the guitar, and then that was when I got much more into music. After SHS, I was doing secular music, so I took up some competitions, like some talent shows in Ghana here, but I didn't really push into it. Then one auntie of mine, I think I'd come up with about 4 singles. I was really doing well in Sunyani here. I was really doing well. So one auntie of mine, and then some guys I was working with at that time saw that I was having an issue. Like when I came up against the crowd, I remember there was a show here, Miss Kole, that time, where I performed with R2Bs, Yapono, those guys, yeah. And then they realized my stage performance wasn't very good, so then she asked me, like, why don't I team up with a church choir, we sing with them. And that time, I think I completed school in 2012. I didn't continue. I stayed on for 1 year, so I was all alone. And she just asked me to join the church choir, grew up with them so that I can just deal with that issue of stage fright and that stuff. Then when I went there, I met some friends there, and then they took me to join another ministry. My interest was all about just getting opportunities to sing so that I can get the experience I needed to put into my secular music. So there, I mean, we started praying. I was working with them more. I was loving the, I mean, friendship and all that. Eventually, I mean, I got saved through that ministry. Yeah, and I think that is basically the rest of the story. 2013, I got enrolled in UNE to study electrical engineering. Then I met some more guys. That was when we were in level 100. Godfrey, Fee, and then a few other guys. So we became a team. Yeah, that was when Elim City had come into town, and then we joined the church choir at Elim, and we were doing very well. So through that, I mean, I being the leader of the church choir, like the music director in church at that time, yeah, with them, I had the vision to start my ministry because I knew at that time music was something I was going to do back in 2014. I remember 2015, my pastor gave me this opportunity to travel outside the country. We went to Singapore for this conference, and the very things I heard over there and then what I saw in myself gave me that notion that ministry was a thing for me. So when I came back, I put more into it, and yeah, that was basically it. Because the other ministry that we were into was for all of us, you understand? And then I was growing up, I wanted to do more music, so then I had to start something of myself. So 2017 was when I started planning everything, and then we inaugurated the ministry in 2018, and then it's been like that. Yeah, it's been like that, basically.
That's how he started his ministry. He was very notorious. That's this word I can't stop using it. But now he's a very gentle man.
God being so good.
Yes. A minister in the working of God, right? Yes. Katie, let's come to as a minister. Okay. Now you are known. You are famous.
Slightly.
You know, what are some of the challenges that you have faced? Do you have challenges in the ministry?
Okay.
Do you have challenges?
What I would say is that God is taking us to a place.
Yeah.
And God is drawing us close to Himself.
Yeah.
He's preparing us for heaven.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's basically like like a pot being prepared. Understand? You wouldn't just pick a clay and mold it into a pot. It has to go through a process, right? So I don't necessarily call it challenges, but then I'll say the process. Back then, we didn't know some things we know now, so then we saw them as challenges, and then there were some that we didn't even take kindly, right? But now, it's been like that, especially in being in church, serving in church, and then starting your ministry. There's the part where the issues of commitment, and then the biggest problem that every ministry has in this world, money. All right. And then especially in our part of the region too, there's a lot of talent in Sunyani. Like there's a lot of talent in Sunyani, but then you have to travel to Accra. That's where all the big things are happening. You understand? So for I remember being invited for a program to Accra. I went with just my drama, and I think the TNT alone. So when the guy was like, your accommodation and TNT alone can hire another minister in just like yourself. So then why would I put in money to get you all the way from Sunyani to come here right now? But then it's all been good. It's all been good. Trust me, it's all been good. I wouldn't call them challenges. I just say processes. Yeah. But then I can't. Maybe if you ask specific ones, yeah. But then I can't. Yeah, basically name any specific challenges.
Okay. Let's come to your friends. Okay. Those that you used to live those notorious lifestyle with. How do they see you now? And what are some of the things that you're doing? What are you doing to help those who are still into that, past life?
First of all, some of them. I remember there's this friend of mine in Accra who used to really talk to me. I think that when I started with the circular, some of them would actually pay for the songs because we would go to the studio, you listen to the song I'm about recording and all that. I play the guitar and then I'll sing it, and those times I could rap. So some guys would just listen to me and they'll be very excited. Then he would call me from Accra, be like, Charlie, I played your song. He still has them. I played your song to this person and they feel you should come to Accra. So some of them still, come up at me with disappointments. But then especially those friends of mine back in SHS. Some of them would virtually come to my programs and just to see if it's true. Because it's hard to believe. Even to myself, it's hard to believe. Yeah. I didn't see myself coming here. So what am I doing to help do that is, I think that, the best thing I can do is to pray for them and then to live an exemplary life that they can also look after. You go to them and you realize, I mean, in the states that they are, right? Some of them, I mean, some of them will be calling you also. They would call you to pray with them on some issues and all. But I think God being so good, there's something about us. For instance, with the music, we've not gotten there. We've not even gotten to take the step we want to take, but we are making some progress. So then, seeing us now can just attest to the fact that God has been good. I mean, the path that I decided to take hasn't failed me. You understand? So I think it's all good. Right? We can pray for them. We can show them the way, but then we can definitely not force them on the way. Yeah.
You see, sometimes when the blessing of God comes upon you, people just start wondering, is this true?
Yeah.
Someone doesn't even mind traveling all the way from outside just to
so
come
many
and
of them.
I've heard this about. That's how sweet God is. When God decides to touch your life, trust me, even your enemies will see you and salute you. Let's go get to your. What are you doing to help the youth who are struggling to come out, to also achieve their vision and help influence others positively? What are you doing to help them?
The name of my ministry is KT and the New Generation.
Okay.
So I mean, the new generation is. I believe God is raising a new generation of worshippers, a new generation of ministers and all. So, if those who normally attend my programs, I mean, will notice that. For instance, I was supposed to have a program that has been pushed by the coronavirus and all these issues, and I identify some people. I'm not the type that would actually call people who are already polished and talented. Yeah, I go in for people who just have the will to learn or to sing or something, and then I push them, and then I give them opportunity. So normally on my programs, you'd see that most of the ministers on the programs are not the regular faces we see, and then I hardly even invite ministers from outside Sudan. I like to put my people there. I believe that they also need opportunities, and in my ministry, it's not KT, it's not about me, it's about me and them. So even with my songwriting and everything, so that I expose them to it's not like I organize my own thing, and there are ministries where like you have to be paying some dues, you have to be contributing some monies and all, but I don't do that. God has been good. I mean, God has been so good. I sometimes wonder how we come about these programs and all. Nobody contributes money. It just comes. We just do them. So when you take all those bridges out, right, you expose them to maybe about 500 people or 200 people would come for a program because of KT. So then if I put about 3 of them on the program, those people will see them, right? And by that, I mean, some of them have been inviting, my people to programs. A lot of them. I mean, right? I can count Abby, I can count Edna, I can count Joshua. I mean, a lot of them, and they are doing very well. I'm so happy about them. Yeah. So I mean, that's the little we can do. Yeah.
We have. You're doing great. That's you see, I really love it when young guys, or when youth are trying everything possible to serve God, to make a positive impact on their generations. And this is exactly what you are doing. KT, you are music. I love music. The first day I just listened to you when I visited Elim City, I wept. Seriously speaking, that was when you were singing This Is My Season. I was like, this is my season. I have a testimony on that.
Wow.
I just want you to take just 1 minute and sing. Give us a song that would just touch someone.
That's right. Okay. So there is this song I wrote. We are still working on it.
Okay.
It will soon be released. Last year I recorded a project. Last year in April. It was supposed to be like an album recording.
Okay.
We finished the project and realized that we can't use any of the data. So whatever we put in there, we didn't get back. But then we are still working on them, and then the songs will be out. So I'll just share the chorus.
Okay.
Here's the chorus. A very simple song. You are all I want, Lord. You are all I need. You are my all in all. I put my trust in you. You are all I want. You are all I need. put my trust in you. Jesus, you are all I want. You are all I need. You are my all in all. I put my trust in you. Lord, I put my trust in you. Oh, I put my trust in you. Yeah. Amen.
Lord, it's you that we need. You see, when God is in your life, I always say this, no matter the situation that you're facing, no matter the problems, no matter the challenges, always let God be your CTK. That's center tight key. When God is the key to everything in your life, trust me, no one can get access to your life and stop you. KT has shared his life story. See, I always get touched when I see youth coming out to inspire others. As I always say, you can also do something. He was, as I said, he was a very notorious guy. I will never stop saying that. He started somewhere, and now his friends are even, they even want to find out whether it is true or not. You can also make a positive impact on your generations. The world is waiting for you out there. It is never too late for you to come out from where you are. The darkness in which you find yourself, the situation in which you find yourself, trust me, God is waiting for you to just get closer to Him. And He's ready to use you to also make a positive impact. KT, I just want you to give us a very short conclusion. What advice do you have for the youth out there? You know, there are some people, when they go through, they are trying as much as possible to come out with their dream, their vision. But, you know, when the challenges come, they just be like, let me just go now. What advice do you have for them?
Okay, so I remember once sitting with one of my friends, and they were having a simple chat. We realized that there are some kinds of sickness that are for rich people. You understand? There are some kinds of sickness that poor people hardly have them. So I was like, it means that, you know, like, some of us are struggling to get some money to buy pizza to impress people.
Yeah.
Others eat pizza. So when they want to also impress others, what do? You understand?
Yeah.
So it just gives me this impression that no matter what the level is, that place you are struggling to go, trust me, there's another struggle right ahead of that. Be comfortable and then just love who you are. That's what I'll tell you. God has a plan for you. Trust me. You know, I was once passing by and I saw a car, very nice car, with a number plate S. You understand? And another car came with a number plate 20. Meaning the S, like, the person has been using it for a very long time. So I was like, with the person with the S, when they bought it, probably the person with the number plate 20 was walking on the floor. You understand? Good. So just believe that your time is just right ahead. Okay, keep working, keep doing what you do. Maybe you will not buy the car, but we are not in competition with anybody. Life is very simple. My friends always tell me that life is very simple. Live by the day. People are setting 10-year plans, 20-year plans. Probably yours is the plan for tomorrow. Okay, don't let there's somebody told me this, that when you are young, the enemy tells you that you are too young, so don't plan, don't do anything. And then when you are old, he comes to tell you that you are too old for this, so don't go out there and do anything. There is nothing like that. Live by the day and then plan ahead. That's what I would say. And then let God lead you. That's something like that. God bless you.
Let God lead you. There is still hope for the future.
Yeah.
You can still make it. Don't give up. The moment you just give up, trust me, you're a failure. God is a winner. He said He has given us victory. So why then do you have to give up? You can still make it. There is still hope. Just let God lead you. KT, God richly bless you for passing through. You are so much blessed. Lovely viewers, I know you are blessed because I'm also blessed. God richly bless you for staying true. Don't give up. That's my final word to you. Next time, I'll come along with a great personality to inspire you. Thank you very much.